My 100 days in Kenshi taught me one thing, that adventure is out there. It's a bad intro into my plan for this video of 100 days in modded VR Minecraft, traveling around the world, not really sticking to one spot for too long, more specifically not really staying for 5 days in one spot. Do some fishing, farming, probably just small amounts of mining, not too much mining, and yeah, just have a chill time. All on hard, of course. Now let's get into it, yeah? Day 1. I started off a little confused and shocked of my surroundings. Didn't really know what I was looking at, because I didn't really look into the details of any of the mods I was dealing with. I know that's a terrible idea, but, you know, just added some randomness and some fun into it. Nothing too crazy, it's just biome changes that I wasn't expecting. Found out I could pick up animals. I forgot about the carry-on mod. I started exploring, found some glowberries on a tree. A little bit beyond that, and I found this weird-looking mushroom, I guess? It was massive. There's 3 of them, and I walked past those, and I found this giant arch, which I am naming the Lush Arches, because they're lush and they're arches. And I also found this giant lava biome. It was pretty cool, so I decided I'd build a house in between those 2 biomes. A house, more like a fire tower. That was the plan, at least. Yeah, so till day 7 I'll be camping out here. By day 5 I've finished the construction of it, and I was okay with it. But yeah, It is what it is. After building the watchtower, I decided I would go mining just to get some resources and see what ore mods that were installed. So I started digging down right beside the base. I didn't have any torches because I ran out of coal a while back, but luckily I mined into a bit of coal, so I had some torches to see. And eventually I dug into a giant cave that was actually at the base of the mountain. Looks beautiful, had water at the bottom, pretty cool. And then I got enough iron from that cave to get a pickaxe, an iron pickaxe, which I used to mine the modded ores from around the cave, and I don't think they have a use, or at least I'm not knowledgeable on their usage, so I kind of ignored them. And then I decided to go a bit deeper by going down the water that led into the deeper parts of the cave. And I found a bunch of iron. I think I found ruby, sapphire, topaz, just all these ores and gems lying around. And then I found this massive cave opening with glowberries on the ceiling. Super beautiful. Sadly, this is also the same place where I got cornered and then eventually murked by a horde of the undead.
What happened there?
So yeah, that's death 1. Count that. I'm sure there's gonna be more. Got my supplies after dying. That was great. Was a easy enough journey to grab it and come back, and then I headed to the surface, realized it was time to go, packed up all the valuables that I wanted to bring with me for the rest of the journey, and said goodbye to the watchtower. It was the first base of many, but it will be not missed. I barely stayed there for long enough time to grow an attachment to it, so I started traveling through the jungle, got back to those 3 giant mushrooms, or 4 I guess now, and I passed them via boat, traveled for a while till I got to a tower that I used to hide in at night while I was looking at the village across the way. I didn't want to go there at night because the zombies would just massacre the villagers. So I waited till morning, did a tiny bit of fishing, and I approached the village once the sun hit the ground. There I found villagers that did not have a profession, so they were pretty much useless to me. But I did find a forager's hut, which is one of the new modded work professions for villagers, but there was no actual forager, mushroom forager, in the house. So I just stole some mushroom seeds, or spores I guess, and some mushrooms and skedaddled. And I kept traveling, and I came across a giant lush arch. It was massive, or it is massive, you can see it. And I also found a jungle temple. This is a modded jungle temple. It's just a reworked jungle temple, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Had a couple 100 traps. Wasn't 100, but dozens maybe. Easily got past them, got my rewards. But I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be used with the Create mod, but the Create mod didn't have a version for the current version of Minecraft I'm using, so it is what it is. I got a bunch of free loot, essentially, with not as many dangerous traps. Yeah, I kept going from there through more of the jungle and stumbled across a beautiful kind of, I don't know what to call it. It's like just a bunch of rocks that jut out of the ground with trees growing on top of them. And that led me to a dormant volcano, kind of. It's not very dormant. It had lava spewing out of it, burning all the trees in the area. And that's where I decided I would build base 2. On day 10, I started building it. So instead of building where I said I was going to build, I did a little bit exploring around the area and I noticed this nice flat area. So I decided to take all my stuff over there and I plan to build another watchtower here. But before I did that, I realized I was out of coal, so I noticed some coal beneath the platform, so I did a little bit of a staircase down to it, started mining out the coal, and I also realized that this area could be used as a prime spot for farming. So I dug out the ground, placed down some dirt. I also went down a level, cleared it of the mobs, but I got jumped by an Enderman. Because it's so unpredictable. 5craft looking near Enderman. They just come at you. And yeah. That didn't
Oh my
so well.
god.
So death 2. Count that. And then I got my stuff back from that bullshit. And decided I wouldn't go down there for a time. But I eventually did go back down there. But yeah, that's for later. Anyways, then I had to get water for the farm. I think I scaled down the side of the mountain and got the water, came back up. Created the farm area,
they'll grow efficiently,
planted the crops, built the sink, which is a kitchen tool which gives you unlimited water, a very useful tool indeed. Oh yes, I also built a bridge to the other side of the valley to get a sheep's wool, so I sheared it twice to get 2 wool. Then I was able to make a sleeping bag, which then I could make a backpack finally. And then with that backpack it adds extra slots, more storage, more good. I tried to build a staircase down to the water. I ran out of cobblestone. It just kind of looked bad anyway, so I gave up on it and just kind of built a half-assed excuse of a bridge down there. I started construction on the watchtower. By that I mean I went out, murdered a giant tree at night while being surrounded by zombies and skeletons. And skeletons, may I add, are bullshit. Aimbot, and they can kill you in like 3 hits on hard mode. There's a few times during the upcoming days where I almost died from a skeleton because they were just broken. After getting the wood, I started the construction, built the pillars up, like the 4 corners with the logs going up. Watched the construction for a bit. Looking good, I think. Yeah, staircases going up, everything going up. And then I ran out of wood midway through, so I had to get some more. So I chopped down another tree, leading to another skeleton incident. It was fun again. And I completed getting the wood. I came back, built a house on top of the watchtower. That, my friend, is looking great. Yeah, I forgot to talk about the sand. You don't need to hear about it too much. Essentially, I got sand for glass in an oven, and it's not important, okay? It's just not worth getting into, okay? Back off. It's beautiful. I love it so much. And then I built a storage level underneath for storage, and I planned to add an enchantment table with bookshelves there too, but there was another goddamn skeleton incident where I kept getting bowed by a bastard skelly. Yeah, so that was great. I went mining. Yes, I went mining for lapis. That's it. I remember now. That was a whole thing. Found rubies, topaz, lapis. Found an enderman that fought with me and then disappeared, so that left me paranoid the whole time while I was mining down there. That was great. No, it wasn't. It was horrible. I hate that. I got back to the surface, and then I built the bookshelves for the enchantment table. Killed a few jungle trees. That's about it. Enchanted a diamond fishing rod, which I got the diamonds for the diamond fishing rod while mining for the lapis. For the last couple days here at the watchtower, I would do some fishing. So I enchanted that diamond fishing rod with Unbreaking 2. And I also figured out how to do aquaculture too, the mod pack that adds all these cool fishing rods and stuff. You need a tackle box, and with that tackle box I added on a heavy hook and fishing line, and then any bait I caught while fishing I put on a meadow, which was okay. I didn't notice a difference. I didn't fish for too long after that because I kind of just went to bed to lead to day 20, where I planned on packing up and heading out. After packing up what I deemed is necessary for the rest of the adventure, I headed out and I took one final look at the watchtower, and it's so beautiful. But sadly, I have to leave it behind for greater things, because adventure is out there. Okay. And then I traveled through the bamboo jungle, which led to the ocean, which I swam in because I didn't have a boat, and I didn't feel like making a boat because I was low on oak plank. Anyways, yeah. I traveled across the ocean for a long time. It was a while, and then I got to an island. It was about like a day, actually. It was, I think, day 21. When I found the island. Didn't travel for long, just a day, and I decided I'd build the next base here. I mean, it looked great, so I found a kind of cave, a small hole on top where I made a temporary base, and then I started terraforming the island, placing villager streetlights, we'll call them. I placed them around the island. I built a farm up there, planted wheat, beets, potatoes, the basics. Used the sink for infinite water. That is the best block. Then I planted sugarcane by the coastline, built a pen for animals just to wander into, started mining a bit too in that same hole. Yeah, was a bit of mining so I could get blocks to build the next tower. Next watchtower. Of course I was gonna make another watchtower. You know me. You've been watching the video so far. So I made the four corners out of deep slate bricks, and the staircase up out of cobblestone bricks and cobblestone brick stairs.
All right,
it looks great. And then I kind of kept running out of cobblestone bricks, so took a break from that, created a dock to fish at, did a little bit of fishing, saw an island in the distance while I was fishing, so I headed over there, fought with two skeletons while I was chopping down a fir tree, which I plan to use as the house on top of the pillars, I guess. So I chopped that down, brought it back, then I finished off the watchtower, built the nice fir wood house on top, went down, mined in this big open cave because I was looking for more coal. Coal's kind of impossible to find in deep slate. I don't think it can be found in deep slate. I think it's only above deep slate, so I found diamonds and rubies and stuff that I need. I also found redstone, which I needed to make a calendar so I could keep track of the seasons, because that's gonna be a vital thing. Well, maybe it won't be, actually, now that I think about it. Might I don't know how quick seasons go by, but maybe 100 days isn't enough for winter to come. After mining, I came back up, and then I slept and woke on day 30. Then I decided I wanted to start growing pumpkins, so I found the pumpkins in the chest, turned them into seeds, planted them out by the sugar cane, and then I realized I need eggs for said pumpkin pies. Well, I didn't say I wanted them for pumpkin pies, but yes, I wanted them for pumpkin pies. But I needed eggs, so I grabbed the only chicken we have, and I put it in an ethically and morally just collection system. I put a hopper on the ground and a chicken cage there. Alright? No. It's totally morally and ethically fine for that chicken to sit around for days in that hopper laying eggs, okay? Trust me. I bleed ethics and morals, alright? After that, I did some exploring. Not much to explore around here. It's just the giant ocean I wandered into, so yeah. I forgot to mention day 25 or something. It was a while back. I forgot to mention these giant floating continents. Or at least islands, I think. They're too small to be continents, but yeah, I forgot to mention them. They look super cool. Nothing on them, though. I think I found the pumpkins up there, actually. Never mind. They had pumpkins. And then after that, I returned home and I did some mining. I was just kind of mindlessly mining because I didn't have anything else to do. So yeah, that's why I wanted to stay away from mining, because that's just what happens when I have nothing else to do. I just tend to start mining. I guess I've been on this island for too long, but yeah. And then I eventually went over to the big cave where I found the diamonds last time, and I did some spot minings in it. Fought a bunch of zombies like always, creepers, skeletons, spiders, you know the deal. I decided enough of that, got out of there with what I got. I got crystals, which are like diamonds, I'm pretty sure. They have the same durability and same mining prowess, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, so don't quote me on that. And then I went to the surface again. I then did some fishing. Yes, fishing. How unexpected of me. Yeah, and I fished for a bit. While I was fishing, I was actually watching a show in theater mode. So if you're wondering why I'm just looking at the sky sometimes, that was me looking at the show as I fished. I was watching Marvel What If you're curious. I caught a really nice fishing rod, Lure 3, Unbreaking 3. So I wanted to create an anvil so I could repair it and use it. The issue with that is I was short like 3 iron. So I had to go back into the caves or the mines. I did vein mining in the non-dangerous parts of the underground, but that didn't work. So I decided to go into the big cave where I knew for sure there was iron. The issue with that is knowing for sure is there wasn't any iron. Or at least it was hard to find. So I ended up just kind of singing American Pie as I ran away from hordes of zombies. You know, just silly things, you know. And then I built a pillar and just bashed some zombies to death. While I was running from those zombies, I did find like a bunch of ores, like diamonds and whatnot. So, you know, it was a good time altogether, you know. I was just kind of partying, getting chased by the undead. Sick time, radical time. I also found a zombie spawner. Almost forgot about that. That's where I got the iron armor for the horse in a saddle. Yes, later on, I got a horse, but I'm not telling you about that yet. Shush. Oh, I found iron after killing all those zombies. I found the iron, and then I brought up the stuffs, all the stuffs. I got a lot from that journey. I then created the anvil, which, oh my god, I almost forgot too. The infinity book. I got enchanted infinity book from the spawner. Yeah. So I used that anvil to enchant not only or fix up the fishing rod, I also used it to enchant the bow with flame, which I got enchantment book earlier on for it, and also infinity. So I have an infinity flame bow. Nice. And then after that, I did some more fishing because I got this new fishing rod, which I got Neptunium or something. It's a new ore, which you can make a really nice fishing rod out of. Yeah, and I only got a nugget out of it. It's so hard to get. Yeah. Well, after fishing, we got to day 35, where I just decided it's time to leave this place. I've grown too comfortable with it, and I need to adventure. I need to see the world, okay? You can't hold me back to this damn island, alright? I need to see everything I can see. So I left the island, and I headed towards new land. By that I mean I traveled through a giant ice sheet. Because what defines adventure more than ice? So I got through the ice to find a kind of reddish shore. It was a weird biome that just made things red for some reason. I don't know, it's cool. And then while I was going through that biome, I saw it. A giant ice tower. I didn't know what I was looking at. It was obviously a structure of some kind, but yeah, I needed to go explore it. So I used my new bow to clear it of some mobs, and then I ascended up the tower. But little did I know, it was trapped with snow powder. So I fell one time, and I didn't fall again because I used the cobblestone, because I'm not falling for that shit again. I got to the top where I found a amazing diamond helmet. It's actually a diamond helmet with netherite trim, which is a weird, cool thing. It had protection 3, unbreaking 2, and Cursa binding, which is perfect because I don't plan on taking off this helmet. Yeah, so I took that and I headed off the tower. I also saw from a distance another structure. It was like I don't know, I thought it was like a longhouse or something, but it turned out to be a barn with horses inside. So I kindly talked to one of the fine villagers that owned the horses, and I stole the horse. I stole the horse and ran off into the ice sheets with it. So yeah, we struggled for a bit to get through the ice sheets and through the ocean. Not really, because I had a lead on me, so it was all good. We eventually found land after traveling for so long, and this land was hilly, so it was kind of a pain in my ass, if we're being honest, but I got through it. Zeus got through it too, which I have deemed to name this horse, even though Zeus was in the pit challenge. I think I'll just name every horse from now on Zeus. So this is Zeus 2, but we can just call Zeus 2 Zeus, alright? Simplified. And then Zeus and I traveled through this new land till we came across a beautiful redwood forest where I decided to build the next house. I mean watchtower, of course. Are you even paying attention to the video? If you thought I was gonna say house, really? It's gonna be a watchtower every time. You better not fall for this next time, alright? You better not. You better not. And then I started construction on the watchtower by killing a redwood tree, which has been there for thousands of years. Nice. During construction of the watchtower, I wanted to actually start on the farm so I could have the crops growing while I work on it. So I did that, made a nice little dock to do some fishing later. Looks amazing. I'm always making things amazing, aren't I? I'm just too good at this game, you know. Playing it too long, I just become too good. Everything's too easy, you know. Anyways, I continued construction on the watchtower till I got to day 40, when I completed construction on the pillars of the watchtower, and then I would soon start on the house. I started off day 40 by finishing construction on the watchtower. By that I mean the house part on top. And after that, I decided I wanted to do some exploring, and I noticed that witch hut in the distance, so I went over to it, explored it. I should also add, this is a modded witch hut, so it looks a little different, but same mechanically. It just has more loot in theory, but not much. I did some more exploring, went over a hill, saw a tower in the distance, so I walked over to that. Was in a pale garden, my first time being in a pale garden. That was cool. And then I climbed the tower, grabbed just random stuff. I did find a composter, which reminded me to build a auto composter, which would just speed up the process of me placing seeds into a composter, so I don't have to. Grab whatever was in the tower, and then I got lost in the woods for a bit. Came across an illager dungeon, which are these like dungeons in the ground. It's not particularly hard when you have a really nice bow like I do. I took them all out. Also found a full health anvil. Took that. Life of totem too. Yeah, that was pretty nice. And then I found a house in the middle of the woods too. Had stuff. I can't remember exactly what it had, but it had stuff. I think it had books. Yeah, I was looking for books for the enchantment table. I was planning to build some bookcases around the enchantment table. So I grabbed that stuff and then headed back home. I also expanded Zeus's area so he's not boxed in. And I also built a campfire right beside Zeus's pen. Nice. Yeah. And then when it became day, I headed out on another adventure. It was such a grand adventure that I simply cannot recall a single bit of it. It was so adventurous. I don't think I found a whole lot through it. I think at the end, nearing the end, found a desert village, which was in complete disarray. I found a shipwreck, which gave me a buried treasure map, which led me to a chest in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, it was okay loot, nothing great. So after that, I decided I would head back home. Where was home from here? I did not know. But what I did know is... no, I didn't know anything, okay? I found an armadillo, so I decided to pick it up. Whilst I was doing that silly stuff, I fell into quicksand. Now, this wouldn't have been a problem in any other case, but because I had the armadillo on my head, I couldn't pull out my shovel, I couldn't punch the sand around me. I suffocated in the fucking sand because I decided to walk around with an armadillo on my head. Great. Let's just say I was a little panicky after that. In fact, I was so panicky that me and Zeus just rode off into the nothing with no food, no gear, and I was just guessing where to go. I wasn't even thinking logically about it. Like, I was on the coast, so if I just took a boat and went through the coast, I probably would have came across it. But no, I kind of just panicked, and that sadly led to Zeus being lost to us. We were traveling around, Zeus and I fell into a hole. Alright. And then a skeleton shot me dead, leaving Zeus stuck in that hole. So yeah. That left me a little distraught, I'll say. I might have respawned and immediately jumped off the watchtower, and then spent the rest of the night just walking around in the woods, chanting, I have nothing, over and over again. I was in a mentally good spot, I think. Well, anyways, after that whole bit, I decided enough was enough of just running through the woods saying I have nothing. So I made some more gear and decided this time to go along the coast to try to find my stuff. Eventually, I came across some lush arch, which I recall were near the beach where I found all that stuff. So, stuff being the village in the abandoned shipwreck. So I followed the coast, I followed the coast of the lush arches all the way to that same beach where I tracked down my stuff, and luckily it was added and despawned. I don't know how to explain how ecstatic and how happy I am over this, because like, if I would have lost that stuff, oh my god. I would have lived, but you know, bad times for sure. Bad times. So yeah, I got all that stuff, got my bag. I had to dig through so much quicksand to get everything. I did lose my diamond pickaxe, but you know, it's the price for being quirky. Grabbed all my stuff and headed back home. The homestead looks so great, but it's empty now that Zeus is missing. I then decided I'd spend the rest of my time fishing, so I spent the next 3 days fishing, just staying at base, and then I fished up a saddle, and I had a thought. Oh. Zeus 3. But I went like, I'm not leaving this place, so I continued fishing. But that's a potential thing in the future. Zeus 3 will be found, just not right now. So I continued to fish till the morning of day 50 started off with me feeling the need for adventure. So I explored some more, being more cautious because of last time. You know, the whole dying in quicksand, panicking, running around the forest, losing your horse named Zeus. Let's just say it was about like 2 days of jack all. Yeah, nah, there's not much left to explore on this island. It's an island too, I figured that out. All surrounded by water, and there's just like, I don't know, like I found one structure, or two structures I guess. One of them's not worth talking about. The second one, only reason it's worth talking about because of how much lack of anything's in there. Well, I guess bookshelves, which I needed, to be fair, so very grateful for that. But may I add, I almost died there because of a magic hand villager. Magic Hand Villager summoned some evil souls, and it was a bit of a struggle. And yeah, I struggled that hard for some carpet, which I will say is worth it. Okay, carpet and bookshelves was worth it. Okay, sorry, it was worth it. Alright, after that, I came back home after the 2 days out there. And I did some mining because I noticed my armor was a little damaged. So I went into the mines, this area I was digging out for cobblestone, and dug down until I got into a bigger cave, which was connected to a mine shaft. Mine shaft was somewhat of a misadventure because there wasn't much in it, but I will add, it did spawn in like a lot of emeralds, and I figured out emeralds can be used to make tools with one of the mods I installed, so yeah, it was mostly a win. And from that spot where I got those emeralds, it led down to this giant lava pool where I explored and got some diamonds. Also had some visions of way too many endermen. Let's just say there was like 5 or so. hanging around in one area? That's absurd. Yeah, so I was keeping my head down that whole time. After getting a bunch of random ores, or I should say gems, more like it, because the only ore I got was iron. Yeah, I headed back up to the surface and crafted some more armor out of the crystal. It's about the same protection and durability as the other gems, so it's not a huge improvement. It's just new armor, so it doesn't break. Yeah, the diamonds, I also made another fishing rod. And guess what? I spent the rest of my time until day 60 fishing. Yes, you heard that right. I spent like, what, 5 days? Maybe, yeah, 5 days straight just fishing? May have been 6, but I think it was 5. Yeah, no, I wasn't really wanting to go out, and I was having a decent time fishing. I did get like some really crazy loot. Okay, wait, I gotta explain this to you. So after placing down the bookshelves for the enchantment table, after making the diamond fishing rod, I could enchant it with Luck of the Sea 3, which is great. So I did a day worth of fishing to get enough experience to enchant that fishing rod, and then I used that fishing rod to get a bunch of stuff. Actually, there's just a bunch of random stuff, but the outlier is Neptune's bounty chest, which you can get rarely because of aquaculture too. And with that, I got Neptune's fishing rod, which is crazy for fishing. We'll say, after getting enough levels to enchant that with a level 30 enchantment, I got Luck of the Sea 3 and Lure 3 on it, and with all the other attachments to the fishing rod, oh my god. I was just pulling out overpowered bow after overpowered bow and Neptune's bounties that had more Neptune ingots in it. Oh my god, I was winning big. And that's kind of how it went till day 58, when I wanted to go find, or try to find Zeus. So I devoted till the night of day 59, I guess, looking for Zeus. Sadly, I could not find Zeus, so I gave up and headed back home, where I prepared to start packing up. Day 60 started off with me grabbing all that I needed for my adventure, so I packed up all I needed and head out, straight away from the house. I said one last goodbye. Into the forest I went. I traveled for like about a bit of the night. Then I ran into a pale garden where I found one of the new mobs. I forget what they're called, but I was distracted by that mob when a creeper walked up behind me. I heard the footsteps. I was just like, it's probably like, I don't know, a cow or something. Little did I know it was no cow. It was that creeper. And the thing about packing up all my stuff before I left the tower was I broke the bed so I could take it with me. So I respawned all the way at origin spawn. Oh my god. I think I was just dead silent for like 5 minutes. But eventually I decided that I wasn't going to let this video end like that. So I made a boat and I tried to retrace my footsteps. And slowly but surely, I found my way back there. I found the village, I forget from which day, because it was so long ago. And then I found the second watchtower, and then I followed that to the third watchtower, and then I followed that to the redwood watchtower, where I walked in the woods till I found my stuff in a crater. Yes. I did lose a few items, but it's the price of business, isn't it? Anyways, after that, after 2 days of running back, I continued exploring onwards. It was some beautiful views, I guess. Nothing too amazing, because it was mostly just forests and fir forests. Getting tired of tall trees, so didn't really want to settle around anywhere here. I did find a village. That was nice. Kind of broke up the monotony of running through forests and going rivers and whatnot. I also saw a lighthouse, explored it. Wasn't anything of extreme use in there, so And then I kept going beyond that point, seeing more beautiful tall fern trees, which I did not care about. And so I decided to go boat and travel around the coast, where I found a little island off of the mainland where I decided to start construction on the next watchtower. Yes, another watchtower. I hope you weren't surprised, because if you were, there's no hope for you. It's too late. The darkness is coming for you. There's no running now. You had your chance. You fool. Okay. So I started building that out of the palm trees of the area, but there wasn't many, so I had to plant some, so I had to wait. And during that waiting, I built the farm, and I continued building on the watchtower. And then I built on the farm more, and then I finished the watchtower. And I built a little bit of a dock to do some fishing on. That's how I spent day 69 fishing. As the night fell, I decided to take a good old nap to wake up on day 70. What a great day. What an amazing, beautiful day to dig up some sand. That's what I did. Actually, to be more specific about why I'm digging up sand, I wanted to build a village, because I didn't tell you this last 10 days, but I'm planning for this island to be the last stop. Yes, this will be the area where we'll end off the 100 days. So I want to make it look beautiful. So that means about, well, it was a long time. Multiple days were spent terraforming the island to fit my perfect vision for it. So yeah, lots of bowing down mobs that got in my way, lots of placing dirt, lots of digging up dirt, lots of digging, lots of digging. I also dug a little pit, technically. I will always be looking for a chance to dig a hole. That was great. Here's some progression shots from day 71 up till day 78. Very nice progression. I do enjoy a good progression shot. Who else enjoys progression shots? Yeah, me. Okay. I built 5 villager houses. One had a bed, because I didn't have any more beds. I also built a little garden for the villager to work at. But the villager I was hoping would be on this fishing boat when I went to go get them on night of day 78 to day of 79, I tried to find that villager on the fishing boat, but they just weren't there, which ruined everything. Well, not everything, I guess. I'm still planning on searching for them in the upcoming days, but yeah, this is gonna be a pain in my behind. But you know, I got all the rest of 100 days. I still got like 20 days to find 2 villagers. Make this place look decent. I spent the rest of day 79 searching for a villager. Failed. So I returned home at the night of day 79 to wake up day 80. I started off the day by doing what I promised to do last day. Search for the villagers for my village. It was a kind of short search. I was expecting to spend like multiple days on this, but in the end it only took 1 day of searching. Instead of going that way, like the last days, I went the opposite direction of the way I went this time. And I like almost immediately ran into a village. It was a little bit of a path, but yeah, alright, as long as you followed the river, it took you straight there. So I dug out a little path and started stealing some villagers to bring back. No, don't worry, they'll love it there. Okay, I know they will. I know they are currently loving it here, so you know, that's some future knowledge. Yeah, so I took 2 villagers from that village. So I had one of them became a farmer, and the other one just a jobless villager. I don't really care what other job I give them. Not using them for any. Well, using them is a crazy way of putting it. I'm not needing them for any other purpose except for expanding the village. Uh, besides that, it was kind of a whole nothing time. Yeah, no, I kind of just spent there's the time fishing. I think one day I even spent just sitting in bed watching The Last of Us Season 1. Yep. Yeah, I don't know, I just wasn't... I built a few things. I did build the well in the path in the village, but yeah. Besides that, it was just kind of a lazy couple days. Well, I also enchanted the pickaxe, and I got some crazy enchantments. Fortune 3, Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. Yeah, no, that was all in just one enchant, one level 30 enchant on that the Neptunium pickaxe. So I had to go mining with it on like day 88 or 89. Start of 88, end of 89, I was mining with that pickaxe. And yeah, I mined like 5 diamonds, got 16 diamonds out of it. Yeah, no, that's crazy. I returned to the surface after doing that and didn't really have anything else to do, so I just went to bed for the night, turning it to day 90. I wanted to do something special for the last 10 days, so I built a skyscraper in the village, which looks pretty nice. It took not too long, 5 days possibly. Sounds like a lot, but yeah, I wish it was longer. Everyone likes it. I catch some villagers going to the top and looking down from it. Doe got actually stuck there. Talking about Doe lost their job as farmer, but you know, I didn't really talk about Doe too much in this video, didn't I? More on my shorts. Yeah. Also in Pit, in digging a hole, another short series I did, like shorts, like YouTube shorts. The series I did there, I had a farmer named Doe, and I just reincarnated. Anyways, doesn't matter. I explored. Yes, I did explore. I found 2 villages, which baffled me because I tried to explore this area for villages before and I failed. And when you're not looking for villages, that's when you'll find them. Besides that, it was a chill time to reflect on what I built, to enjoy the surroundings, the sounds, the visuals. That's how I spent my time till day 100. It's not done quite yet. I have a few more words to say on the 100 days in VR. I'll just do my final thoughts on the challenge itself. Hey, it's me, Nihilistic Half Ghoul. It's a bit of a mouthful of a name, I know, but yeah. I really like this challenge. It was 100 days in VR, but kind of different. It was just exploring around the world, not really progressing in the game. Yeah, I liked it. It was kind of a what do you call it? A chill time, I'd say. Kind of found myself with nothing to do most of the time, which was an issue. So next time I do something like this, I gotta find some more mods that can keep myself busy. Like some more complex mods, because I find myself getting to the point where I'm like, what's the point of all of this? And yeah, that's never a good thing. So yeah, next time, definitely be getting more mods. Probably do other games for 100 days. Was trying to do Zomboid 100 days, but yeah. There's a video. I hopefully will have that out at some point next or this month. Next month, probably. I just gotta do some editing. I've had it nearly done for so long, but I just, haven't had the motivation to complete it. That's about all I had to say. Thank you for watching my 100 Days in VR video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you have enjoyed it, leave a like and a subscription so you can watch more of my videos. And also, I've been releasing a bunch of shorts like this, Minecraft VR, Blade and Sorcery, Gorn 1, 2, and probably some more VR games. And maybe not VR games. We'll see. Okay. Goodbye.